A lot of agents think they have an income problem. They don't. They have a business model problem. Because if one buyer ghosts you, one listing does not sell, or one deal collapsing can throw off your entire month into chaos, you do not have a stable business. You have a fragile one. I've been in the residential real estate business since 2002. I'm an active agent. I've sold over 1,000 homes. And in this video, I'm gonna break down the 7 things agents should do so they don't go broke. Not motivational fluff, but the actual habits I'm seeing right now, 2026. Systems, standards that create more predictable income. Let's get into it. Number 1, pick one primary lead lane for the next 90 days. One of the biggest reasons agents stay broke is they spread their efforts across too many lead sources without building real momentum in any of them. They try a few open houses, post for a while, test some cold outreach program, maybe work on a handful of internet leads. Then they swing back to their database only when things feel slow. That is not a lead system. That is a pattern of restarting. And when you keep restarting, income will remain inconsistent. So here's the tactical move for you right now. For the next 90 days, pick one primary lead lane, not 5, 1. That might be your database, might be open houses, seller-focused content, referral generation, generic farming. You can still do other things lightly, but one lane needs to become the engine. Then define it properly. Ask yourself, how many conversations should this lane produce each week? How many appointments should come from it? What daily and weekly actions actually make that happen? For example, if your primary lane is your database, your plan might be 50 contacts a week, 10 real conversations a day, 1 market-based email every week, 1 personal check-in block every week, 2 direct asks for referral each week. See, that's a business. That's metrics. That's numbers. A lot of agents are working hard, but they're not working inside a repeatable structure. And random effort creates random income. Your move right now, choose one lane for the next 90 days and define the weekly numbers it needs to produce. And by the way, I'm in the process of building a private community for residential real estate agents just like you who want to scale without burning out. If you're looking for more time, better systems, and a predictable business year over year, instead of this constant feast or famine cycle, I'll drop a link below. No pressure, just something I'm building for agents who want to work smarter, not longer. Number 2, protect daily money blocks. This is one of the fastest changes you can make if your business feels unstable. See, most agents spend their best hours on work that feels productive, not work that produces income. They polish marketing. They reorganize their CRM. They overthink content. They spend too long researching things that are not connected to live opportunity. Meanwhile, the 2 things that actually move the business forward keep getting pushed to later, like starting the conversation and follow-up. Why? Because that's where rejection lives. Who wants to get rejected? It's emotionally easier to redesign something than it is to call someone who ghosted you. But redesigning things does not pay you. Conversations do. So here's the tactic. Block the first 90 minutes of your day for money-making activity. My recommendation, 60 minutes of outbound calls, 30 minutes of follow-up, before admin, before email cleanup, content polish, anything, before all the fake important tasks that make agents feel busy without making the money. And be specific. Your outbound block should have a target: 10 calls, 10 text messages, 5 voice notes, 5 direct messages, or 2 referral asks. Your follow-up block should be intentional. Who needs a check-in? Who got market info? Who went quiet? Who needs a next follow-up? Who should you move into nurture? Do that 5 days a week for the next 3 months. Your pipeline will see transformation. Not because you got lucky, because you finally put the highest value work in first. After 24 years in this business, I can tell you clearly, the agents making money are usually not doing magic. They are doing the income producing work before their day gets hijacked. Give you an example. My business right now, my morning is completely devoted to prospecting until 12 noon every single day. I don't need to do that, but I'm running a business and I believe in it because I know and it produces the results. So I don't touch any type of reactive business until noon. Now, I do have an assistant who helps out. So depending on where you are on your journey, if you're on your own, you might need to toggle that up to say, I don't touch anything until 10 a.m. And if you start at 8 a.m., there's 2 hours right there. You decide. Just don't make excuses. So right now, tactical, your move today, protect your next 5 mornings with a 60-minute outbound block and a 30-minute follow-up block before anything else touches your calendar. Number 3, build a script bank for the conversations you keep having. See, freestyling is expensive. A lot of agents think scripts make them sound robotic. That's not true. Bad scripts sound robotic. Good scripts sound clear, and clarity converts. The problem with winging it is that every conversation gets a different version of you, a different structure, a different confidence, different results. That's not scalable. So build a script bank, not 100 scripts. Start with 10 conversations you have every single week. Things like your first response to an online lead, booking a buyer consultation, booking the listing appointment, responding to we're interviewing other agents, handling your commission is too high, navigating we want to wait, answering we're just looking, asking for the appointment, ask for business, asking for the referral. Stop reinventing the answers. Write your best version, refine it, use it again. Here's the tactical example. Open up a document and list the top 10 conversations you keep having. Under each one, write the goal of the conversation, the most common objection, and the exact transition you want to use to move them to the next step. That one exercise will sharpen your business quickly because consistency in language creates consistency in income. Your move today, write out the 10 conversations you keep having and stop improvising the parts of the business that should already be systematized. Number 4, run a real follow-up cadence. See, a lot of agents do not need more leads. They need to do a better job working the leads they already have. Someone comes in, the agent responds once, maybe twice, and then they stop. They assume the lead's dead. This is a mistake. Silence is not always rejection. Sometimes people are busy. Sometimes they're unsure. Sometimes they're comparing options. Sometimes their timing has changed. Sometimes they need more confidence before the move. Professionals do not take silence personally. They run a cadence. So here's a simple structure you can use right now. Day 0, reply quickly and ask a real question. Day number 1, follow up. Day number 3, send something useful of value. Day number 5, check in with a specific reason. Day number 7, close the loop. Then move them into a nurture drip campaign. Now, make that follow-up relevant. For a buyer, that could be a property they should see, a quick market insight, a question about timing, or an invitation to your consult before tours. For a seller, that could be a new competing listing, a recent sale nearby, a short update video. In fact, before recording this video here, I have a client from the West Coast that bought a condo in my marketplace. I talked to her 6 months ago. She wants to sell in a year from now. I'm not going to wait for a year. Anything can happen. So I sent her a text message this morning and said, "Hi, Louise, just following up. We spoke a few months ago. Market's starting to move, more properties coming on the market. I'm going to prepare a full market analysis for your building and have that sent over to you by end of day. Is that okay?" With a question mark. So a few things I'm doing here is I'm not going to do any work until I hear from her, but I already told her what I'm going to do. What's her response going to be? "Yes, Liam, that would be amazing." Why wouldn't she say yes? But I'm not doing any work until I get a reply from her. So if I don't get a reply in a day or two, then I'll follow up again. Make sure that she got my message. Maybe she's busy today. Maybe she's out of town. But I'm giving something of value. I'm not just doing like, "Hey, just following up. Hey, are you still thinking of selling in a year?" That's soft. That's what every other agent is going to do. Bring something of value. Your follow-up has to have purpose, not this plain just checking in. The agents who look lucky are often just better at staying in the conversation longer than everyone else. So your move today, go back through your last 20 leads. Build a proper 7-day follow-up cadence that gives each person a real reason to respond. Number 5, build listings first habit. Let me be blunt. If you want to stop feeling broke, unstable, and overworked, you need to become a listing agent. That does not mean ignoring buyers. I still work with buyers today. I think it matters to stay in the trenches and understand the market through the buyer's lens as well. But if your business is too heavy on buyers, it becomes hard to scale. Buyers take a lot more time. I think I saw a NAR stat out there that the average listing takes 6 hours of time and the average buyer takes 36 hours of time on average. That's 6 times more work with a buyer than it is a seller. See, buyers are less predictable. They are often higher touch and more demands. And you can spend weeks showing homes and still end up with nothing. Listings, on the other hand, they create leverage. They create visibility. Listings create inbound opportunities. They create proof and they create sign calls. Listings usually and almost always create more stability and momentum. So here's the tactical shift. Every week, your calendar should include listing first actions. For example, 3 seller conversations a day, 1 seller-focused piece of content a week, and 1 homeowner market update each week. This is how listing inventory gets built. So don't think it's going to happen overnight. But if you do this for the next 90 days, your business will transform. Not by hoping more sellers show up, but by building habits that attract them. One of the reasons the best agents last is because they list, not by accident, but by design. So your move today, schedule 3 seller-focused actions for the next week so your business starts acting like a listing business, not just a reactive general real estate business. Number 6, stop discounting early. Fix your positioning instead. This is where broke agents leak money fast. They need the deal. Commission breath, we call it. They feel the pressure. They sense resistance. So they discount early. It's the easiest thing to do. I'm just going to slash commission. That's the worst. It creates a bad cycle, low pipeline, and too much pressure. Usually, the problem is not the commission conversation. The real problem is weak positioning. If your value is unclear, the process feels generic, and the presentation sounds like everyone else. And yes, commission becomes a fight. So stop defending your fee like it's the only issue. Make your value easier to understand. Here's the tactical move. Build a clear service structure. It doesn't have to be complicated. You could have 3 different packages: a core package, a premium package, and a full service package. Now the conversation changes. Instead of why are you charging this, it becomes which option makes the most sense for us. This is a much stronger framework. Also, build a 1-page value summary. This should cover your process, your communication standards, your marketing steps, your pricing strategy, your negotiation advantage, and your track record. Confidence rises when structure rises. When you stop sounding interchangeable, you stop getting squeezed as easily. Your move today: build a 1-page value summary for sellers so they can clearly see what they're paying for before they start pushing you on commission. And if you're curious, reach out to me, DM me. I will give you a live example and I'll share with you what my 3-structure plan actually looks like. Number 7, review your numbers every single Friday. This is one of the highest return on investment habits in my business, and very few agents do it properly. Most agents don't know where their last 10 leads came from, their appointment rate, their closing rate, their average commission per deal, how many conversations they had in a week, or where the deals are actually falling apart. So if you don't know any of that, how can you fix it? When a business feels off, they do not diagnose the problem. They just work harder. That's not a strategy. If you don't know where the choke point is, you can't fix it. So here's the tactic. Every Friday, spend 30 minutes on a weekly review. First 50 minutes, look back at the last 7 days. Ask yourself, how many real conversations did I have? How many appointments did I book? How many clients did I sign? Where did I hesitate? What follow-up is still needed? What actually moved the business forward? Then, for the next 15 minutes, look ahead for the next 2 weeks. Ask yourself, where's the business coming from next? Who needs to be contacted? Which appointments matter the most? What prep should happen now? Where is the pipeline thin? This habit forces honesty. And after doing this for 24 years, I can tell you, the agents who improve the fastest are usually not the flashiest. They're the ones willing to look directly at the truth in their numbers. Your move today: block in 30 minutes every Friday to review your numbers and figure out exactly where your business is leaking opportunities. So, if you want the simple version, here it is. If you don't want to go broke in real estate, do these 7 things. Pick 1 lead lane for 90 days. Protect daily money blocks. Build a script bank. Run a real follow-up cadence. Build listing first habit. Stop discounting early. And the last, review your numbers every Friday. That's the work. Not motivational quotes, not hoping the market gets easier, not pretending busy equals productive. Structure, standards, repeatability. Because most agents do not stay broke because they lack talent. They stay broke because they build a business on random effort instead of repeatable systems. And once you fix that, everything changes. Your confidence changes, your consistency changes, your pipeline changes, and best of all, your income changes. Because now you're not reacting, you are operating. If this video showed you how to stop running your business like a broke agent, the next video will show you one of the most important skills behind that: pricing properly. Because bad pricing creates bad conversations, weak listings, price reductions, and seller frustration. You need to watch my next video right here, exactly how I do my CMA. The same process I use to price homes, back up my number, and walk into a listing appointment with real confidence. Check it out right now.